Hi everyone, and welcome to Aussizz Conclave 4.0 and the session about Queensland State nomination. So if you are planning to apply for 190 and 491 in Queensland, this session is for you. This is our session. It's about Queensland latest updates on state and regional state nomination process. And I don't waste your time anymore. Let's meet our presenter today, Aditya Sharma, as the presenter of the session about Queensland State nomination. Aditya is a registered migration agent at Aussizz Group Brisbane office. He brings significant value to the team. With a Master of Business and a wealth experience, he combines knowledge and expertise to empower potential migrants to the right guidance and information for a successful journey to Australia. Let's connect with Aditya now.
Thanks for the wonderful introduction. Very warm good afternoon to everybody. This is going to be an informative session for all of the applicants who are planning to apply for 491 or 190 in Queensland. We will have a thorough discussion about the state nomination criteria in Queensland. So let's start with the quota allocations of Queensland. You can see in this slide, the quota has been increased from year 2015 to 22, and 22 was a significant jump. Post-COVID, we received like 5,000 seats for both 190 and 491 altogether. Although the migration level went really down in financial year 23 and 24, which is current financial year, and we only received like 1550, including, so 900 out of them was 190 and 650 seats were available for 491 category. Moving forward, the migration level is almost similar as compared to current financial one. Hope slightly bigger quota than the previous the current financial year. So but it is going to be almost similar for both 190 and 491. So in Queensland, when we talk about Queensland categories, so we have 3 categories for Queenslanders who are onshore, and 1 category for offshore applicants. We will discuss each category in detail in further slides. So we'll start with the skilled worker living and working in Queensland. So both for 190 and 491, we'll start with 190. So for the skill level 1, in Queensland, if you are planning to lodge your EOI, so basically I'll just explain this criteria is for the current financial year, and we believe the core criteria would remain same moving on to the next financial year. Get the new criteria by the mid-July or end of July. But as I said, we are hoping that the core criteria would remain same for Queensland. So for 190, as I said, for skill level 1, the professional occupations to be eligible for 190 EOI, apart from the general criteria, you need to have minimum of 75 points, including 5 points from the state government. And if you are in a trade occupation, which means if you are a chef, carpenter, motor mechanic, cook, and this sort of occupation, you need 70 points to be eligible for 190. It's not enough, to go ahead to lodge your EOI for 190, you need to be working in your nominated occupation or closely related nominated occupation for at least 3 months. Full-time work, which would be 30 hours minimum. This eliminates the student visa holders because they get only 24 hours work. So there are work restrictions. So it requires 30 hours minimum. 3 months full-time employment before you lodge your EOI for 190. On top of that, you need an employment offer for ongoing employment offer for 12 months. And anywhere you can work anywhere in Queensland to lodge your EOI for 190. Although for 491, minimum points are required 65. You get 5 points from state after that. And you must be working in a regional area of Queensland. There is an intensive list of postcode which are included in the regional list. Even for that matter, Gold Coast is a regional part of Queensland. So if you just have a work offer, if you're working in a regional area, even just for a week, you are eligible to lodge your UI for 491, but you have to have a job offer letter for at least 6 months moving forward. And the location, as I said, it has to be in regional Queensland only. So this is the state criteria. Apart from criteria for, you will have to have the competent English, the positive skill assessment, and all those sort of things. But this criteria is for Queensland government. And the second category in this, basically the graduate category. So this one is for all the applicants who have completed their 100% course from the Queensland institutions, university or institutes. Basically, the whole all of their qualification must have been completed in Queensland. In these categories, there are different limbs attached. So first one is for PhD holders. So whoever completed their PhD in Queensland, 100% of their PhD, and they have got the positive results on for the EOI for 190 and 491, depending on their points and everything. Although the good thing for the PhD holders that they do not need an ongoing job or any of the job requirement they don't need to complete. But any of the graduate category applicant need to completed their education in last 2 years. It can't be more than 2 years prior to be eligible for the graduate category. So the benefit of the graduate category is priority. So if you have similar points to someone who has not completed their studies in Queensland or not eligible for this category, you will give priority on top of any. So for PhD holder, as I said, they don't need a job letter. Once they have the positive skill assessment, they can launch their UIs. The second limb in this category is master's graduate in STEM. So if you have completed your education in STEM and agriculture, then you are also eligible for the STEM limb, which means if you are just meeting all the other requirements like the skill assessment and the competent English and minimum points, then you can go for this category. And again, you need to be working 30 hours per week in STEM occupation only. Completed their study in STEM or agriculture, they are also eligible for the graduate category. The requirements goes slightly higher for those all applicants. So apart from completing your studies in Queensland, and apart from the other criteria such as you need to be working 30 hours minimum, your GPA would also be significant for this category. So for 190 to be eligible, you need your GPA to be 6 or above, 6.0 or above. And if your GPA is 5.0 or above, you can go for 491, but you can't for 190 category. Again, you have to have the positive skill assessment. Your occupation need to be in the list. But if you have completed your bachelor degree, everything is same. Even the GPA for 190, the GPA is 6.0 or above, and for 491, the GPA is 5.0 or above. But again, you need to meet all the other requirements for your points, for your skill assessment, for your English, everything. You need to be working again 30 hours per week in Queensland. And yeah, if you are one of those applicants who have completed your studies in last 2 years in Queensland, 100% study, you may be eligible for the graduate category. And the benefit, I mean, the requirements, you would say the requirements are all same, but you will be given a priority and if you are applying for the graduate category. So the benefit of studying in Queensland is that you are eligible for the graduate category. Not many people are aware of it, but yes, this is there. It's underrated privilege for the Queensland Queensland graduates, which I believe not all the migration agent would tell them. But yes, if you are one of those candidate, you can apply for this category and you will be given the priority. The other good thing about being in Queensland is the small business owner category. This is only for the 491 visa applications, and not all states have the small business owner thing, but Queensland, ACT, and Tasmania, I believe they all stay, and these three states do the small business owners. So when we talk about the small business owner, what does that mean is, if you have a positive skill assessment and you have your points minimum of 65, as it is required to be eligible for any EOI, including 15 points of state. So if you have 50 points on your own and you get 15 points from state for 491, you are actually eligible for this one. Regardless, whatever skill assessment, I mean, the occupation must be in the list, but apart from that, whatever skill assessment you have, if you buy an existing business, so there are two pathways. One is for existing business $1. So if you buy an existing business which is running from last 2 years, and if you buy such business, the 100% ownership should be on your name as a primary applicant. You have skill assessment and you buy the business, you just have to run. And once you run this business for 6 months, you are eligible to lodge your EOI for 491 in SBO category, which means what we have seen in recent rounds from Queensland in last 2 or 3 months, we have seen the applicants for small business owner, even on 65 points, they have received their nomination invitation in like within a month, which is phenomenal. So the only thing, if you have capacity to invest $100,000 in Queensland in regional area, specifically in regional area, because this is $100,000 in a business, you buy a business, run it for 6 months and lodge your EOI. Even on the basis of 65 points, you can be hopeful that you will get the invitation. Although we will always advise that if you secure higher points by doing your superior English or any other thing which basically boosts your points, the chances will be higher. But we have seen in past that people on 65 points have got the invitation. So the requirement, I'll just explain quickly. The requirement for Queensland small business owner, that you have to have a positive skill assessment. You need to lodge your EOI after buying this business and running it for 6 months. 100% ownership should be on your name. You will be eligible, basically. And you will have to make sure a couple of things, that the business you are buying, nobody have got sponsor for SBO category onto that particular business. So if somebody has already taken this advantage on that particular business, this will not be for you. So before you make any investment, please seek the professional advice and figure out if the business is actually eligible or not. This is very important because the investment is significant. So if you are planning some sort of investment in this category, I would highly advise, before even you start thinking of it, you seek professional advice. Even for any category, I mean, you must seek professional advice. But here the stake is higher because you will be spending a lot of money. And if the business is not eligible for the small business category, then everything will be wasted on top of that by running that business for no reason. But yes, for applicants who are struggling, who have less visa period, and this category is really good for those people. Again, it can be, there is another pathway. If you are running your own business from past 2 years, you can go for the startup pathway. If just doing your own business, which is doing a turnover, you are getting a turnover of $200,000 in past 12 months, you may be eligible. So you don't have to buy an existing business. If you are doing your own startup business, then it has to be, the requirement for this category is that your business is making $200,000 of turnover in last 12 months. The business is running successfully in last 2 years as well. So that can be the other category. Again, whenever you decide for this category, please seek advice beforehand. There are other thing in need to know. I mean, as I said, the business has to be in a regional area. So there are postcodes listed for the regional area. You can always consult us. There are few other things to know, that there is no vendor financing. So it has to be 100% ownership of yours. So there is no vendor financing. Cannot purchase this business from any of your family member. So if your one of your family member is owning this business, you can't buy it from them. And yes, there are restrictions on some sort of businesses, that it cannot be like the commission agent business, such as the petrol station, where you are actually selling the petrol and you are just getting the commission. These sort of businesses are not really eligible. So that's why I'm saying, anytime you want to make the investment in any sort of business, seek the professional advice beforehand, so that we can tell you that if this business is eligible or not. So once you are nominated for small business owner, you will have to run this business for next 3 years while you are on 491 visa. And after that, you can always apply for the 191, which is permanent residency, which is quite similar to the workers working in Queensland. So 491 has the same sort of criteria for small business and the other categories. Once you are on this business, on this visa, living, working, and studying in regional area, you can apply for 191. In the small business category, there is another requirement that you will have to hire 1 to 2 employees who are Australian citizen and or permanent resident. And those employees, if there is one Australian citizen working in your business, he should be getting 20 hours per week minimum. If there are 2 workers, they should be getting business. This is one of the requirement. And also you must be working in your business full-time basis, which is 30 hours minimum per week. So these are the requirements. These are the basic requirements, not detailed. Again, I'm saying, before you're making an investment, you will need to seek the professional advice. The last and final category in this for the Queensland nomination, the workers who are offshore. So people who are offshore can also 190 or 491 in Queensland. I mean, though the requirements are slightly higher for those employees. First of all, the points need to be 75 or higher for any of the category in 190, and 65 or higher in. So if you are offshore, you have to have your own points, 75 for 190 and 65 for 491. The occupation you are applying for need to be in QSOL. We can tell you in detail about the QSOL, what is the QSOL looks like. You just get in touch with us and we will explain if your occupation is in the list or not. You have to have a proficient English, which is 7 in each for PTE or IELTS. If you have 7 in each, which is proficient English, you can apply for this visa, the EOI, and have minimum of 2 years of work experience in your nominated occupation. So you have to be working to make an EOI for 190 or 491 in Queensland. And as I said, you have to be working in your nominated or closely related nominated occupation before you lodge your EOI. So these are the 4 categories for Queensland state nomination EOIs for 491 and 190.
Thank you, Aditya, for having the session today and
Thank you,
provide
everyone.
a lot of information.
Thanks.
See you guys, and bye-bye.